Hey guys, this is Wufoo. In this video I'm going to cover specifically advanced tips for management of mana. If you want the basics on how to generate mana tea, please check out my healing rotation video in the description. This guide will not cover basics and will assume you have a basic understanding of the rotation. This guide will cover arena and team fights in RBGs. Enveloping Mist is your strongest and most efficient heal. Compared to Surging Mist, as you see here, Enveloping Mist does 189k tick overall compared to the 87k of Surging Mist, making it your strongest heal. This is really important for arenas, and I'll show you how to prep for it to save mana later on. In this game we're going against two rogues, so I need to make sure that I have the appropriate cooldowns, especially for myself. I use Dampen Harm. This will negate some of the melee damage, or lessen it. So it's important to note that you regenerate more mana when you're out of combat than when you're in combat. So this time is a great time for you to generate chi for your Enveloping Mist, because you also regenerate some of the mana. Facing a double DPS team, you can assume to spend a lot of mana. But if you use the right cooldowns, and if you use a chi builder exercise, like which I'm showing you now, you'll find that you don't need to spam Surging Mist. So what I'm going to do right now is use Renewing Mist and Expel Harm and cast Soothing Mist until I have chi. In the rest of the game, you'll notice that I all have at least 5 to 3 chi with me all the time. That means I can always get off an emergency Enveloping Mist on my druid or myself. In this game I tend to use mostly healing spheres on myself and Enveloping Mist on my druid partner. The rogue is going to open on me with Cheap Shot. That's okay because I can use Dampen Harm while stunned. A good way to think about damage is the less damage you take, the less you have to heal, and the more mana you conserve. So the less damage I'm taking in this case, the less I will have to spam healing spheres on myself, and therefore the less mana I'll use and the more mana I'll have. To recap, in arena games it's helpful to have a chi builder before you engage the other team. Having 3 chi in your pocket is efficient, and efficiency means better mana conservation. Secondly, get familiar with changing your defensive cooldowns and using your defensive cooldowns when they've been changed in arena matches. To counter specific comps, for instance, in this composition facing 2 rogues it'd be pretty useless to have diffuse magic, therefore I chose Dampen Harm. Lastly, if you find that your teammate has his defensive cooldowns and you are low on mana, ask your teammate on voice that you need to drink and for him to use his cooldowns to survive. In most matches I've found myself not having issues with mana. However, certain times it can happen and I've made the most of using the ability to go drink. A last tip, in any arena fight or team fight you can expect most teams and arena teams to pop their big burst cooldowns at the start. That means it's okay to spend your mana at the start of a match, as long as you know how to conserve it towards the middle and the end of the match. In this next RBG clip, I'm going to show you how good target calling and a Ring of Peace can help you save mana and avoid damage. Remember, the less damage people take, the less you have to heal and the more mana you save. So our DK target caller is going to call out for a Gorfian Grip Solar Beam Silence. Now what I like to do is follow that up with Ring of Peace. The reason for this is that it not only helps with an additional silence, but also disarms melee. So that means melee that gets sucked in can't DPS our target caller, or anyone else for that matter. Sometimes it may be efficient to use Ring of Peace after the Solar Beam Silence. Here's a clip on voice so you know what it sounds like when a DK is about to call for a Gorfian Grip Silence with a good target caller.
Do you guys, can I grip? Do we have beam?
Yep.
I'm gonna grip in 3, 2, 1, gripped.
Is that our beam?
Yep, yeah, it's ours. I'm on lock right now.
We won this team fight and the match by using the normal standard rotation I've posted in the healing rotation video, and also clever usage of defensive cooldowns like Ring of Peace. Sometimes I'll throw in a grapple weapon if I can, or Life Cocoon, and your own personal cooldowns like Wolfinder, etc. Lastly guys, you generate mana tea by using your chi. What you want to do is use your minimum cost mana spells to generate that chi, like using Renewing Mist, Expel Harm, and Soothing Mist. They generate a lot of chi for uplifts and Enveloping Mist. Alternatively, you can Fist Weave against this paladin, as I'm doing. However, I hope you've enjoyed this advanced guide to tips and tricks with mana regeneration. I hope it helps. If this seems a little weird to you, I suggest watching the healing tutorial rotation guide that I'll post in the description. That should help sorting things out. Also, if you have any questions, always comment or send me a message inbox and I'll get back to you. Lastly guys, thanks for all the support. Please continue to like, share, favorite, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me in any way you can and helps my channel and helps me grow. Thank you.